Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H has been widely praised for improving the overall WWE product in the ongoing Endeavor era. However, the job of leading WWE seems to be very demanding, and despite his large team, the game can't hit a home run with every decision. The latest criticism stems from a change seen at SmackDown tonight. World Wrestling Entertainment's chief content officer has been a supporter of the Street Profits for some time. Fans have called on Triple H to push Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins since their last title reign ended in January 2021, and last week, he pulled the trigger as the Street Profits defeated DIY to become two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Profits returned to SmackDown as champions today at the special live SmackDown episode in Bologna, Italy. Fans began criticizing the segment immediately as Ford and Dawkins came out to their "We Want Smoke" theme song. It seems most of the WWE universe does not approve of the entrance theme change, with many calling for the Profits to bring the swag once again. The Profits used "Bring the Swag" by CFO Dollar and rapper Jay Frost for all but a few months of their careers. It appears much of tonight's fan frustration stems from the belief that Ford and Dawkins would keep their popular theme song, despite a heel turn, as "Bring the Swag" was still being used last Friday. Ford and Dawkins cut an intense in-ring promo on the Blue brand this week, admitting they doubted each other at times for the past 4 years, but the recent title win makes it worthwhile. Legado del Fantasma interrupted, leading to the champions defeating Los Garza in a non-title match after Pretty Deadly touted their #1 contender position. Mark Middleton is a writer from North Carolina, USA. He is currently in his first year at Sportskeeda as a contributor to the WWE section. Mark began roaming the online world of wrestling in 1997 and has worked in the IWC since 1998 to 1999. He spent most of the past 15 years working for the biggest independently owned sports entertainment websites. Mark enjoys free timing in his free time. He lives with the most beautiful girl in the world, and they plan to never have kids, but they are blessed enough to have the best dog in the world who just had his 15th birthday. In the world of professional wrestling, few names evoke as much reverence as Triple H, a veteran of the industry, multiple-time champion, and behind-the-scenes mastermind of WWE's creative direction. Triple H has long been seen as a symbol of both the past and future of the company. However, recent changes on WWE SmackDown have raised eyebrows and frustrated longtime fans, leading to a significant backlash that has shaken the foundations of the WWE universe. It wasn't too long ago that fans were filled with hope when Triple H took over WWE's creative control after Vince McMahon's sudden exit from the company in 2022. Many expected a return to the glory days of wrestling, a focus on in-ring action, compelling storylines, and organic character development. Under Triple H's leadership, there was an undeniable sense of optimism, as some of the biggest stars in wrestling history, including the likes of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and others, experienced fresh angles and newfound attention. Yet, for all the excitement surrounding Triple H's creative shift, recent changes on SmackDown have sparked heated debates and frustration among fans. While not every decision made under his watch has been universally beloved, the latest direction has left even the most dedicated WWE supporters wondering, what happened to the product that once thrilled us? Everything seemed normal at first. The storylines were engaging, the matches were high energy, and WWE SmackDown was still seen as one of the hottest shows in professional wrestling. However, in recent months, subtle changes began creeping into the show that slowly transformed the atmosphere. What started as a trickle of alterations soon turned into a flood, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of fans who once held out hope that WWE would become even greater under Triple H's creative vision. One of the most controversial changes came during an episode of SmackDown when a major championship match was unexpectedly altered without explanation. Fans who tuned in expecting a thrilling contest between two of WWE's top stars were left stunned when, moments before the match was scheduled to begin, Triple H made an impromptu decision that left fans scratching their heads. The match was altered drastically, and what was supposed to be a highly anticipated title defense became an underwhelming contest featuring less popular competitors. The result? Fans booed relentlessly as their expectations were shattered in real time. The mood in the arena was one of shock, disappointment, and frustration. Triple H, usually known for his keen understanding of what the fans want, was seemingly out of touch with what made SmackDown great in the first place. However, it wasn't just a change in match outcomes that frustrated fans. A particular change to the structure of the show itself was what truly pushed the envelope of dissatisfaction. In a surprising move, Triple H decided to overhaul the format of SmackDown. The beloved opening segment, a thrilling promo to kick off the show, was replaced with a series of backstage skits and video packages that left fans feeling disconnected from the action. The fast-paced energy of SmackDown, which had once been defined by dynamic in-ring action and engaging live promos, now felt disjointed and forced. Fans, who were used to WWE's tradition of starting the show with explosive energy, found themselves confronted with a quiet, methodical approach that seemed at odds with the explosive product they had grown to love. The switch from a hot opening match to a narrative-driven opening segment changed the pacing and flow of the show in a way that made it harder to stay invested. Even more divisive was the decision to shift some of SmackDown's top stars to other programming, without any real explanation. Big names like Bray Wyatt, Rhea Ripley, and others were moved to Monday Night Raw or taken off television altogether. While roster changes are a natural part of wrestling, the abruptness and lack of build-up left fans feeling as though they were watching a different show altogether. One that lacked the stars and storyline development they had grown accustomed to. It didn't take long for fans to voice their displeasure, with social media buzzing with criticism of Triple H's new direction for SmackDown. For the first time in a long time, WWE's hardcore fan base, who had championed Triple H's creative genius in the past, began to question his decisions and their implications for the future of WWE. One of the most common complaints from fans was that Triple H was making too many changes for the sake of change, without respecting the established formula that had worked for SmackDown in the past. It's like he's trying to reinvent the wheel, but the wheel worked just fine before, one frustrated fan tweeted. Moreover, many felt that the new creative direction was leaving certain wrestlers and storylines behind. WWE SmackDown had always prided itself on balancing high-flying action with compelling character work, but now it seemed as though the latter was being sacrificed for experimental segments that failed to resonate with the audience. The SmackDown roster, once overflowing with talent and intrigue, now felt underutilized, with many stars left on the sidelines in favor of convoluted storytelling. As the weeks went on, the backlash grew louder. Critics began to point out that while Triple H's changes were bold, they were also risky. Too risky for a company that had built its legacy on fan engagement and consistency. In one memorable segment, WWE fans chanted, "This is boring," during a backstage segment that had been inserted to drive a storyline forward. The harsh reaction only amplified the growing concern that the show was losing touch with what made it special. So what went wrong? Why did Triple H, a man who once held the wrestling world in the palm of his hand, suddenly become the target of so much ire? The answer lies in the delicate balance between innovation and tradition. While it's important for WWE to evolve, it's equally vital to stay true to the elements that have made SmackDown and WWE as a whole so successful over the years. Triple H's recent decisions have demonstrated that he's not afraid to shake things up, but in the process, he may have alienated the very fans who supported him in the past. In wrestling, nostalgia is a powerful tool, and when fans tune in to WWE SmackDown, they do so because they trust that it will provide them with the same electric atmosphere and unforgettable moments that have made the brand a staple of wrestling entertainment. Fans are not opposed to change, but they want it to make sense. They want Triple H's bold vision to work in harmony with the established formula that has worked for so long. The show isn't broken, it just needs a few tweaks. Unfortunately, the latest changes have pushed too far, too fast, and the result has been a disenchanted fan base. As SmackDown continues its new direction under Triple H's leadership, it's clear that the road ahead is a bumpy one. The backlash may just be a bump in the road, but it serves as a wake-up call to Triple H that not all changes will be welcomed with open arms. WB fans are a passionate bunch, and while they're willing to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt, they also expect the product to be entertaining, engaging, and true to its roots. Only time will tell whether Triple H can course correct and regain the trust of his audience. One thing is for certain, however, the fans are watching closely, and they aren't afraid to voice their displeasure when the product doesn't meet their high expectations. For now, WWE SmackDown's future remains uncertain, but fans are hoping that Triple H can find a way to bring back the magic that made the blue brand a fan favorite in the first place.